Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is iTalk here, and in today's video we have a brand new video. So one big thing that I like to talk about with Fortnite is that its identity is very much slipping. A lot of the things that made Fortnite fun for what it was back in the olden days is no longer in the game. One of the big things that people have an issue with the game right now is that it's way too realistic and it's not cartoony and fun anymore. It doesn't have that sort of look to it where it's like, I feel like I'm playing like a fun little game. Everything just feels so serious, and I feel like we've had this since like chapter 2 almost, but it's really started to ramp up ever since like chapter 3 and 4 and 5. I feel like the game has just gotten way too realistic, and I feel like that the game was better off when it was like a cartoony sort of shooter. And someone put up this post here on Twitter. They said, I hate how colorless and bland chapter 5 looks. Just compared to Reload, my god, it's like night and day. I will agree that, yeah, the lighting is also just not as good as it used to be. I will say when we got like Fortnite 1 OG, like chapter 1 OG, that had really good lighting, and that I thought was really good. I guess you could say like, yeah, this is kind of close to what we did have, and I do agree with it. I do think that the game was better when things were livelier and they didn't feel so realistic. One of the reasons I hate Call of Duty nowadays is that it's trying way too hard to be realistic. It's not an arcadey shooter fun game anymore. It's way too serious. It's way too like Battlefield, and if I wanted to play a simulator like that, I would play Battlefield, not Call of Duty. Call of Duty, I like having the generic just run, shoot, gun, all that sort of stuff, and we don't have that. Now Call of Duty has just resided into this crazy, super realistic sort of game that just is not the same game to me anymore. And then I remember seeing a reply to this that really I understood a lot. It was from JKFN. He says, I miss the cartoon aesthetic. That's what made Fortnite so different to other games. I personally love to see the chapter 2/3 graphics with chapter 4 lighting and IMO. That would be perfect mix. They need to dial down the realism a bit. I absolutely agree with that. I feel as though that, like I said, the game just is way too realistic and it's not a goofy fun time. Like, yeah, the skins kind of retain that sort of look, but like it clashes really bad with how the game is now. And I'm not asking for this game to be like for toddlers only or something like that. I'm not asking that at all. I'm just saying the game had more of a character to it. Like Fortnite was always seen as the goofy shooter, the goofy third-person building shooter. Now it's like, it just looks too realistic. It's kind of sad that we've gotten so far past this point. And I feel bad for people that never played this game until chapter 5. I genuinely feel bad for anyone that just started playing the game in chapter 5, because the game was so much better and it was so much drastically different at this point. Here's a comment saying little kids want that cartoon look so bad. It's not little kids. I feel as though that the game had a lot more personality and it had a lot more of an identity when the game didn't take itself super seriously. It's not a matter of little kids wanting the cartoon look back. I think it's just a matter of like, I don't know, I like the look of it when it was back when it was what it was. If you want to play a realistic shooter, play Battlefield. I wish I was playing Call of Duty, and I wish that Call of Duty wasn't so bad now. I mean, there is Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, but the point I'm trying to make is that, yeah, I do agree that I think that the color scheme that we have right now, the graphics and everything is just too serious for Fortnite. And I've said this, and it's kind of coming back up into conversation. I'm happy that I can just make videos on these like sort of Twitter topics. It's just a fun little thing for me to do. And this is just something that keeps being brought up, that the colors are just kind of And I do have to agree, even if it wasn't the colors, right? Even let's just say the colors were great, right? It was totally fine. The game is still too serious. The guns are way too similar to how they look. And I personally do feel like that the game should have been simpler and just kind of stuck with the formula that we had for chapter 1. All of chapter 1 I thought was good, besides season X, but even besides that, I would take season X over everything from chapter 5 without a doubt, with the bullet drop off not being as harsh as it is now, the guns not being identical, and the fact that like I can tell what I'm looking at because they have characteristics to them that actually makes the guns stand out, and everything else, the locker UI and the rarity system back, and just like everything about the game back in chapter 1 was good. And then they just progressively kind of got worse. I'm not saying chapter 2 was the worst, it wasn't, but like it started progressively just kind of going down in a different path. And you know, I feel like eventually we're just gonna get like a, you know how Warcraft has like the classic version? I feel like Fortnite's gonna get that eventually, because people clearly want more of the personality back with the game. Maybe they decide to do that. I don't know when or why or how they're gonna do that, but I know we have like the OG maps in December, sure, but like I want more than just that. Like, yeah, you can bait us with the nostalgia maps and all that all you want, but if it's not the permanent game, then like who's gonna care? Or at least I don't know. I'm not trying to be like super negative, even though I know I absolutely came off super negative in this video, but my point still stands is like, yeah, the game just isn't the same anymore. As soon as you boot up the game and you see a whole bunch of crappy maps on the bottom bar and all that, you know the game is completely different now. And I hate that too. Like the fact that like the Epic made modes are not the top bar is ridiculous. The fact that they put other maps up there, like it's just so bad. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but you know, it is what it is. It's not my game. I can't make up the rules. I can't say what goes, and I can just only give my opinion on it. But that's it for the video today. I'm curious to know what people think about this with like the colors and stuff like that. I think the colors are mid, but I think it's just a matter of like the game just looks too serious now, and it's just not as fun and goofy as it used to be. But that's it for the video today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, let me know the like and comment down below what you think about the video. Subscribe to the channel for brand new and use code ITALK in the Fortnite item shop if you'd like to support me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you all later. I will catch you in the next one. Have a good one, everyone. See ya.